What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Sport Exposure Podcast. Today we have the JByrd, James Daniel III here to tell his story. As you guys know, Sport Exposure is all about exposing sports stories, sport journeys, the things that we go through behind closed doors, creating a safe space for the student athlete, the past, present, and future. We about to get into it.
Oh man, got me on the best sports podcast in the world.
We about to get into it. I know you got a
Yes.
story for me.
Yeah, a little bit. We got a little bit to talk about today.
Okay. Well, to start, Sport Exposure, our motto is celebrating triumphs and learning from our defeats. When you think about your journey in sports, what comes to mind?
Of course, like if you from Hampton, Virginia, Newport News, like everybody starts off playing football. So that's kind of what I think about like in my journey. Like I always thought I was gonna play football. Like I played football all the way up through 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's what's always so interesting is how basketball kind of took off for me and the love for that. So
You were a force to be reckoned with.
yeah.
So I
I've
said,
had
where did that come from? Like football? How do we start taking basketball serious?
man, it was crazy story. So it's football season, and my dad took me to CP3 camp basketball. Like over the weekend, we shot down in North Carolina. Went to a basketball camp. I kind of like twist my ankle or something, and I came back and they didn't start me in football. So I never went back out.
That hurt your pride.
Yeah, I said, nah, man, I'm gonna just play basketball. So then I just hooped after that. And I mean the rest is history. I had an amazing college career. Pro career got cut a little short due to COVID. But I mean, other than that, it's been amazing. Like sports has been everything for me since I've been little, from Aberdeen to White Thomas.
Where did that come from?
Probably my
I was
dad.
gonna say, I know you got a sports family.
Yeah, my dad, my brothers, like for anybody that doesn't know, my dad's coach, Phoebus High School. He's been there since I was like 6th grade. I got a brother, Bryce. He played at Delta State, Delaware State basketball. Bryd, another brother, he played football and basketball in college at Hampton. Then my youngest brother, he was the Dobo at North Carolina Central. And then me, I played.
Seeing blood.
Yeah, so if you ain't hooping or doing
You gotta do something.
yeah, so I ended up playing basketball at Howard, UT, torched it.
And did.
Yeah, torched it.
You made it look easy.
You know what's crazy? I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, man, probably the most slept on. I don't really know how it is now, but back in the day, how the PD, how competitive it was, that shit was way harder than college.
You know, everybody was good.
Yo, teams were so good.
Everybody was good, and it's people we grew up with too.
Yeah.
That made it more fun. Like
People
we played off the season. We've been playing with each other literally from Little League up through high school.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching the game the other day. You ever watch the games on YouTube? The old ones they put up?
You know what? I didn't start until I put out my documentary.
For
I
real?
saw I'm like, dang, I was better than I was in high. I'm better. I think I was a better player in high school than I was in college.
For real? You played for 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say he the greatest coach in HU history.
You're not talking about me.
So look, yeah. So I was watching the game the other day, and I was looking. I was like, man. I looked on the court, and it was me. I ended up playing at Howard, Tennessee. Troy, at Indiana. You had Macho, who
Still actively
playing pro overseas with the Tulane. Then you had Josh Fortune, Colorado. You had Rajay, Providence. And these just the basketball guys. I'm not even talking about the football guys. Then you had Brian at Radford Hampton. You had Bryd, ODU.
We came up with some dogs.
Yo,
Everybody
so
was dogs,
many
so, like,
people. Like this is just on one court in public school.
That's a lot of money. Imagine if we had NIL.
Oh my goodness. Ridiculous.
We're in that through this roof.
Ridiculous.
So talk about playing with all those goats in high school at a young age, because these are people that we grew up with.
Right.
So we've been playing on the streets, in school,
Right.
after school, eating middle, outside. Like these are people that
Nah,
we
for
see
real.
every day,
Right.
and they build a different type of competitive nature
Right.
that everybody don't necessarily have.
I think that's what really like my like transition to college and like playing thereafter. I give a lot of credit to like Brian, Bryd, Cal Saunders, because I'm a freshman. These guys are like juniors and seniors, and I'm playing against them every single day. These are like Division I prospects, athletes. Like I'm playing against them every single day, and they're like not taking it light on me. They're like destroying me, but in the same sense, like making me so much better, so much better. And it's like crazy, like 360. I play against them my freshman year and I get 40.
I remember that.
Sophomore year get 30.
You
so
did us dirty at the crib.
yeah, so it was crazy. Like 360, like they got me so good that
You
at
gotta
that
give
certain
it
point,
back.
yeah, had to obliterate them. Those my guys though. Those my guys.
So how was being a student athlete through all that, balancing school?
I tell people all the time, like coming from like Hampton, Newport News, you don't really know nothing. Like going to college, like I'm going to school in DC, and I just remember being in high school, like at Phoebus. Well, at least when I was there, like we couldn't even take the textbooks home because it was just like a classroom set because textbooks didn't come back to the school. So I just remember going to school. All I had in my book bag was like a
I ain't even had
notebook.
no book bag.
That's what I'm saying. I had my basketball shoes and a notebook.
That's all I had. My basketball stuff.
So I go to college, and my first 2 years, I'm undecided. I'm just balling.
That's what you there for.
Yo, I'm just playing basketball for real. I'm undecided. Like my teammates, and that was another thing going to Howard. What really like kind of opened my eyes was besides 2 of us, 3 of us, like the other 10 guys on the team, everybody knew what they was going to school for. Guys saying, yeah, I want to be an engineer. I want to go work in finance. I want to go do this. I want to go do this. I want to go do this. So I got 5 teammates that are engineers. I got 5 other teammates that are in school of business, getting their MBAs. And then you got me, my boy JT, and my boy JC, and all of us are just like, man, we just balling.
Right.
But then when you look up, like, I remember I made a joke, and it's like ignorant now. But I was like laughing at my teammates that got internships over the summer. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You should be working on your game.
Right.
And they went and got
But
internships.
you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. I know, crazy, right?
Did you have an internship at all?
No. They looked out though. Howard looked out. I ain't gonna say no names, but then I ended up having a campus job
Okay.
over the summer.
That's something on the resume.
I ain't go. Just a check. So I can't be too mad. Like they got me right over the summer. Like Howard did I'll say they did their part for what they could when I was there.
Howard is a very prestigious school.
Yeah.
Did you know that when you got there?
No.
When did you figure that out?
My official visit it was homecoming. So my official
homecoming
visit.
break you in. They know when to bring us on
Man,
campus.
they get you right.
Uh-huh.
But keep in mind, I only had Howard and Holy Cross. I only went on one visit. Went on one visit with the Howard, and it just so happened like Drake, Meek Mill, 2 Chainz, Big Sean, everybody performed.
That's where I need to be.
Man, committed. I might have committed like 2 weeks before that. And yeah, that was it. And I was like, shit, I'm going to Howard. But crazy thing, people don't even know, I was supposed to redshirt. So you know Sim Frazier from Maury. He was a point guard there, but he was like, he was like doing really well. So they had like a big sophomore class. They was gonna be juniors. We was gonna be freshmen. My dad was coming in. He was like, maybe I think it would be best be redshirt so that when he comes in, he's a freshman. These guys are seniors. Then I'm playing sophomore through things. So I get a call over the summer. I'm at the gym, and it's Coach Nick. He's like, yo, like, you ready? Like, you in the gym? I'm like, yeah, coach, I'm in the gym, this and that. He was like,
This
nah.
is why you still at home?
That's why I'm still at home before I go to school. He's like, you gonna have a ball your freshman year. Like, I just got rid of 9 guys. He got rid of 9 dudes. I came into school with 9 freshmen. Crazy.
Did y'all all play?
Yeah, everybody got burned.
That's a blessing.
Crazy, right?
You
How it
probably
works.
gonna play regardless, but
yeah, crazy how it works. Crazy how it works.
Let me
And
back
then
up to your recruiting process
coming through.
In high school. How was that for you? What did that look like?
It's slow. And like I'm playing against the best players everywhere. Like my dad always had this thing, like you're not ducking no competition. You want to go where the competition is.
Right.
So we're playing all the best players since from 8 going up. Like at 8 years old, we traveling Missouri, nationals, going everywhere, playing like 8, 9, 10. We winning states. And it's so interesting. We're playing and going through, I get to, I think it's like 13, 14. So I'm always playing up. And at that you Hampton Hoyas and you go to Boo.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was the only option.
So look,
A or B.
so look, and we not playing on no B team. So we go and it's this guard named Mike. Don't nobody even know him now. Guard named Mike, and they wanted me to play with my age and then play on the team the next year. My dad was like, nah, like we're not gonna play. We're gonna play up the whole time. And thinking about it, like Mike cool dude, whatever. No disrespect. Like I would have destroyed Mike. Like I would have destroyed Mike. Like no disrespect to him. And I think he ended up going like D3 or D2 or something. I think he's a cool dude or whatever. So I stopped playing with Boo and we went to Team Loaded. It's like the first year Team Loaded is brand new. It's this Under Armour circuit. It's new. It's the first year. So then I just go there and I just run with them. And just crazy. Coming back to high school season, it's crazy coming back in like that freshman, sophomore year. We was talking about how competitive it was.
And that's how it all had started for you.
Yeah.
As far as like recruiting.
Yeah, recruiting. Like our team was so stacked. Like, there's only 2 teams, so you're getting the best of the best. Like I tell people all the time, everybody thinks that it's going to be like super sweet wherever you go. Like, nah, like I went from Boo, I'm with the Team Loaded. And when you look at our team, like now, it was me. I ended up being player of the year at Howard, rookie of the year. Got my boy Troy Copain, who was on the team, player of the year at Cincinnati, NBA, Orlando Magic. You got Frank Mason, national player of the year to Big 12. My boy Andrew Rousey, player of the year to Big South. Yo, we 6'1" and under. It's 4 guys on the team. Me and Frank coming off the bench.
That's crazy.
My boy Jackson Kent ended up going to JMU. He's lead director of marketing of Adidas. He live in Germany at the headquarters. Like it's and this is one team. So when I see kids and they be like, man, such and such, I should be playing. I'm like, dog, like the national player of the year was coming off the bench 17.
And it's crazy because now I talk to kids like, AAU was the reason we got offers.
Right.
And now these kids be not playing AAU, solely relying on high school.
Crazy.
And that's crazy to me.
Crazy.
Because if you didn't play AAU, you didn't, where are you going?
To the crib.
You think about, because we play against high-level athletes in the PD,
right?
Then AAU is a whole different ball game.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody good.
Everybody.
Your entire team is stacked. Your entire team going D1,
right?
High-level D2. I don't think I played with anybody that went anything less than D2.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
So it's like now when I talk to these kids, I'm like, y'all better take advantage of what y'all got, because they got 50 million AAU teams.
50 million. There is so many AAU teams.
All we had was Black Widows, Boo A, Boo B.
Great. Literally.
15 Boo A, Boo B, and 16 Boo A.
Crazy. Seriously though, like I don't even know what kids was like. I don't even remember what was you doing if you weren't playing AAU back then.
It's consumed our life. Like I give credit to AAU to the athlete I was. Because if it wasn't for AAU, I wouldn't play against all these. Like I'd play all these people that's on the league. Like I'm seeing is playing in the league now. Like I played against Asia Wilson. I played like
that's what I'm saying.
Like y'all are taking advantage, like are not taking advantage. It's crazy to me because, and I feel like it's harder to get in school now.
Yo, that portal is insane.
Yeah, that was a game changer for me, because it's just like, yo, I would have been jumped in that portal.
Yo,
but it's a risk to come with that though.
Yeah, I've been in there. Yeah, I've been in there. Don't get me wrong, my situation was a little different, and it was a different time. But I seen how it could be like, dudes, you just don't know. You put your name in there, coaches say, "Nah, you can't come back." Now
and that's
what?
why I was telling kids, I'm like, yo, have a conversation with your coach, because you may jump in there and not get nothing. Your coach by law do not have to take you back.
Right.
You can stay swimming in that portal all you want to.
Yeah, it's be at the crib.
Crib University.
For real.
For sure. So you at Howard, you
right.
was on top from the time you got there to the time you left.
Right.
It looked real, real good.
Right.
You running in the stats, ESPN, that's all I see.
Uh-huh.
What came with that? It's a lot that happens to us behind closed doors. It's a lot of things that we deal with off the court.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us take it out on the court, which probably is sometimes the reason why we are as good as we are, because of the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
So talk about some of the challenges that you had to defeat.
Right. I would probably say, of course, a lot of the good things people see, the media clips, the interviews, the attention. And
you're a high energy individual.
Right.
I would say I'm the same way. So it's like when we fall a percentage under what people are used to.
Right.
It's just like, oh shoot, like what's going on with
them? Right. So everybody sees the good, but they don't know, like, as like much of a blessing it is, like going to HBCU, getting that experience. Like it's something that is inconceivable and cannot be compared to anything else. on the athletic side, like you got to have such a belief and like such a dog inside yourself because you're literally fighting uphill every single day you wake up, from what you eating to how practice is to even just getting in the gym. Like people don't even know, like at Howard, like I couldn't even get I had to, for me to get in the gym after like 6 or 7, I have to call Coach Nick, get in touch with the police. Had the police come open the gym. Do this. It was like 5 or 6 people I had to get in contact with before I could get in the gym. But like I was so consistent with it that after a while, they would just leave it open for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things. Like you always fighting uphill, but in the end, it's all worth it. Just making you better.
For sure.
I always tell people, like in my experience between Howard and Tennessee. I always tell people, I don't think that some of the guys at Tennessee could survive at Howard, but I don't think some of the guys at Howard could survive at Tennessee.
Understood.
So when I'm saying
Please
that
elaborate, yes.
When I'm saying that is, some of the guys at Tennessee have had everything handed to them their whole life,
Their entire lives.
from private school to trainers to the best athletic
Gold
trainers,
spoons.
gold spoons from all of this. You put them in an environment where they have nothing and they have to make everything themselves. Who's to say like what'll really happen?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got guys at Howard, just saying Howard, but any of these other like small schools, you put them at Tennessee where the expectation is perfection. Can't miss class. Got to be at this certain way. Got to be at this different time. Like you can't. There's no such thing as being late.
And you have to act a certain way.
You got to be a certain way. You got this media on you. You can't just post whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be outside at this time.
Exactly.
You can't be out of town talking about, man, I'm going to go see what the city look like. So I'm saying, like me and my boys, like we in Tallahassee, we a fan, we a Bethune, we a NT.
It's a whole different ballgame.
No, we going out.
Outside after the dub.
Yeah,
just
after the
40, we
going
outside.
out.
Right.
Tennessee, like what?
Wish you would. Blast it.
It'll spank you.
Blast it.
Mm-hmm.
So what drove you to transfer from from Howard? Excuse me.
Look at her try to pub herself in.
Excuse me.
So it was my senior year. It was big. Like you said, like we was having NBA scouts in the gym. We just got this super, super big Under Armour deal. So like they feeding all the like it's
that was
set
the
us
peak.
up.
Yeah.
They got us to ESPN. So they're following us the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN Undefeated is following us the whole season. We had like
I'll give credit to you for that.
2 or 3 episodes. So it's like big. They building me up and they put together a monster schedule for me. We started off, it was like Maryland, Michigan, Marquette, Georgetown. Like they putting this all together for me. And super grateful. 10 days before we go to play Michigan, I break my ankle. 10 days before we go play Michigan, I break my ankle. So I'm going and I'm in the training room. I'm just like, damn, looking down at my joint. And it's like something in your mind, you're like, yeah, I'll be all right. Like 10 days out, 2 weeks.
Maybe a sprain, not a break.
That's what I'm saying. I go get a first opinion from Howard Hospital. They talking about like a severe sprain. So I rehab like 8 weeks. You know, this joint ain't getting no better. Tell my dad. I came back. I played the 14th and 15th game versus FAMU. Had like 24 still. Then we came in, but my ankle swole up super crazy. Then we played Columbia, went up to New York, played them. Called my dad. I'm like, man, I'm done. Like, I can't play. So we went and got a second opinion. That's when they found out that I broke it. Had the ankle surgery. And then that's when I was just, after the tournament and everything, had a conversation with Coach Nick. I'm like, hey, Coach, think about, put my name in the portal. He was like, because we had 10 seniors. So it's going to be 10 freshmen coming in the next year,
Mm-hmm.
which was a really good freshman with RJ. It might have could have been something there, RJ and CJ, if I would have stayed. But you just never know, hindsight. So we go and put my name in the portal. And Coach Nick was kind of one of the main dudes who I was bouncing ideas off of. So if I get an offer, I hit him up like, hey, Coach, what you know about this stat? What you know about this? What you know about this? And a lot of people don't know, like, Coach Nick, we have like a really, really great relationship, like a second dad to me. So he kind of helped me through that process as well. Like, if I asked him about these different coaches, he's giving me some insight. But I would say my process was a little different because I put my name in a portal and I go back home. I'm on ESPN. I see it on the ticker on the bottom. James Daniel, such and such, nation's leading scorer.
I remember.
Enter the portal. So I'm like, oh, I literally, I kid you not. 2 minutes after, like I get a call, Texas A&M. Hey, what's up? I want to offer you a scholarship. Go home, wake up, like 20 text messages, calls, phones blowing up. Ended up having like 40 offers.
How did that feel?
Like, damn, where was y'all at? 2013, man.
You had 2 offers and now you got the whole nation on you.
I had 2. Now I got the whole nation. So I had every offer you could think of, damn near, besides Duke and North Carolina. And it's so crazy is I really want to Duke. Really want to Duke. And when I'm transferring, I'm going through the process, Coach K comes out and he's like, these transfers need to sit out like everybody else. These grad transfers need to sit out like everybody else. So I'm like, man, what the heck? Like, but if you get a new job, you coach next day.
Of course.
So it was just one of those things where I'm like, damn, coach, like,
but it didn't work out for a reason.
Yeah. And I end up going Tennessee. It was like such a blessing being under Coach Barnes. We have another great relationship. I've been fortunate that every coach that I played for, like, I got a really, really good relationship.
I mean, look what you was doing for them. That was their best bet.
That too. But I've had coaches where I ain't even like get a lot of like playing time or this or that. Like, I remember 16s I'm playing. Man, this coach would not play me. Team loaded. Like, man, this is white dude. He playing trash. Dude was trash. Boy, Nick, he cool.
He ain't you.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. And he was just playing this dude. And I barely played the whole summer. But to this day, he was like, yo, every kid, my dad was telling me, he was like, man, like, he was like, if there's one dude, it was always JByrd, because he was just still so positive through the whole time. Like,
I'm sure your attitude plays a huge part.
Right. So now he's like one of my biggest advocates, and dude ain't never even played me. It's crazy how it ends up working out, though.
But talk about the importance of keeping that positive attitude, no matter if you're on the top of the bench, end of the bench. You got to have that, because I feel like a lot of student athletes don't realize you're always being watched. Like, you could sit the 3 games. The minute he looked down, you got an attitude. That could be your game that you thought you was going to start.
Always. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I had a whole lot of success in college. But, like, coming up through, like, high school, like, yo, my freshman year, I ain't playing. I ain't getting no minutes. Like, we nice. Sophomore year, I'm, like, coming off the bench. I'm starting a couple games. But, yo, we are so good. Like, same in AAU. Like, the teams that I'm on, we're so good.
Stat.
Like, I might be coming off the bench. I'm still small. Like, I'm still coming off the bench. I'm still small. So, really didn't really get, like, that real opportunity till I'm like a junior, senior.
But what kept you positive?
Man.
That's hard.
You know, I think it's always just that person. Like, it's hard to say what keeps somebody so positive. I guess just having, like, you're just oblivious and just so optimistic that I know that when I get my chance or opportunity, like, I'm going to make the most of it. Like, I just believe in myself and everything that I do so much. Like I feel like anything that I put my hands on is a success.
You got to think like that, though.
That's just how, and I really feel like that.
It's facts, though. Like,
yeah,
I say it all the time. Like, everything I touch turn to gold.
That's what I'm saying.
One way or another, everybody around me gonna win.
That's what I'm saying.
And having that mindset is what kept me going. Because, like, in college, I went through a lot in college that a lot of people don't know about. Because I had that mindset, though. Like, it don't even matter. Like, I'm here. Like,
right.
I gotta be here.
And ain't nobody feeling sorry for you.
They don't care. They don't care.
Mm-mm.
So at Howard, when did you declare your major? You said your first 2 years you was undecided.
Shout out Ms. Z.
She made you.
I think she's at Memphis now. Shout out her and Miss Cherie Hodges. Last I think she was at ECU or somewhere in Ohio. But yeah, shout out to them, because honestly, I just took all the classes that I had, and I just said, where can I put these at? It's gonna make me a junior. Right. And it was sociology.
They love to throw us in that. Huh? I said, we love a sociology degree, don't we?
Yo. So I literally just put all my credits into whatever it was, and it was sociology. So
if you go back, would you still do the same thing?
No.
What you would have did?
I would have did like media and design.
That fits you.
I would have got a skill. I would have just got my skills as far as like media and design. I think that like the skills is what take you. So like you can get a job or whatever, you can have a degree, get the job, but the skills is what allow you to like really build
and branch out
and do your
Right.
own thing. Without the skills, you can't really do your own thing. But when you got them skills and that media design, like you can do the pictures, you can do graphics, you can do all this. Now you like, all right, like I'm working for 20 different people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would have did media and design, and I always and it's crazy. Remember in high school, I had a couple homies, Kieran, he just followed me on Instagram the other day, and we had did like YouTube videos. Like I remember me and Troy had a YouTube video from when we was freshmen.
Y'all always had personality.
That's what I'm saying. Like we had a YouTube video from when we was freshmen, and me, him, and Jalen Marshall. And I'm just thinking to myself, I think Jalen Donahue filmed it. We was just in Boo, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, if I would have just known.
Now look.
Crazy.
Been up.
crazy. But yeah, I would have probably did media and film.
And one more thing, before we move on to Tennessee.
Yeah.
You mentioned how hard it can be as a student athlete at HBCU.
Right.
I mean, I love my HBCUs to death.
Right.
It comes with a lot, though. It does come with a lot, and sometimes everybody's not built for it.
Right.
So what advice would you have to student athletes? Because now everybody wants to be at HBCU.
Right.
You
it's
know,
hot
that's
now.
what I'm saying. We've been there, though.
That's
we was
what I'm
there
saying.
before it was a trend.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're starting to make things better, but HBCUs are still HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to a student athlete picking their school, talk about the importance of picking a school that fits you. And I feel like HBCU, you get a whole different experience.
You do.
Just being able to be yourself versus, and we'll get into Peter Wise because that's a whole different ballgame.
Right. Picking a school is super important. Like you got to know what you want. I was at a school where the guys who came there didn't want to be professional athletes. So they picked kind of a perfect school for that off the court, like social life, all of these different things. So like for them, it works out. If you want to be a professional athlete, like going to an HBCU, you got to be so focused. So any advice I would give a student athlete would just like, make sure you go to a place where they really, really want you and need you. Make sure you go to a place where...
Need you.
Right.
Need you.
Make sure you go to a place where you don't mind going back to. Because I see all these people go to school in Kansas or...
Come home and don't want to go back.
Ain't never been back.
It may stay back.
Ain't never been back. I can't wait to go back to Howard.
Right.
So it'd be make sure you go to a place that you'll go back to and like make sure like when you're choosing your major or whatever that is something that you actually want to do.
Please.
Right. Make sure it's something that you want to do. That
make
you
it make sense.
Like you see yourself doing.
Talk to me.
No knock on the sociology degrees or the sports management degrees or any of this, but like from what I know now, like your school got a school of business. And if you say that you just want to make money, like get a coding degree, school of business, computer science. Like you just want to make some money and like do that. Like you're safe. You're doing that. Like do that. Don't go into the league is you always had that dream going to the league. But when you put the numbers and you write the numbers out, like how often people get there?
Less than 2%.
Come on.
That's a very small number.
That's what I'm saying.
Very small number. So let's talk about Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
My experience from HBCU to PWI was culture shock.
Okay.
I ain't even playing. I was done playing at that point. I can't imagine if I was playing.
Uh-huh.
So talk about that transition because you were on top 4 years at Howard. You go to Tennessee.
Right.
You kind of got to adjust.
Big adjustment.
Because it's not the same game. You're not playing with the same people. It's not the same rules.
Mm-mm.
You're in a different conference.
Mm-hmm.
P5, it's a whole different ball game.
We in the SEC.
MEAC to SEC is a huge
it's the jump. Total. It's here the total jump all the way to the top. And I was coming off an injury.
And academics too.
Hello. The transition is like how can I say? For me personally, I didn't know that I didn't know how to practice. I didn't know how to lift. Like I was fortunate enough. I was taking online classes then too, 2018. So they got me right. But that's shout out to my dad. Out of all my visits, like the Tennessee, Michigan, Ohio State, like one thing when we went on a visit, he was telling them that like we're not coming back to do school. Like we're leaving here with a degree. Like we're leaving with a degree, but we're not coming back to do school. Like
Right.
a couple schools like, oh, maybe come back. He's like, see, you're not listening. Like
That's not what I said.
Yeah, so that's how we was going to the schools. And like shout out to my dad for like really taking that initiative. So I went there, I was online, educational leadership, master's. It was actually ain't bad. I was online when I was doing that. So the school really wasn't super tough, but like everything else, like just socially. Being raised Hampton Newport News, all black. My high school, all black. I go to college, all black. So I'm not saying the first time I meet a white person in 2018, but
Close to it. Look.
But really being around and like interacting every single day. So it was like it's a difference. I needed it. If you know, you know. But you need that. You need that experience. So it was good. The workouts, the training, the regimen. Oh my goodness. Like as far as the work goes at a school like that, like on your body, like all the kids said they want it, but like you're almost like drowning in training. I used to feel like I used to go to sleep and wake up in the training facility. We was there so much. Like just for y'all, for a quick example, like say you wake up 6 a.m. weights, and then I ain't have class. So I used to do 6 a.m. weights, 7 a.m. shooting. Then I would go eat breakfast. Then I still had rehab on my ankle. So then I would go to rehab. Then I would go to lunch. Then we had practice at like 1. Everything revolved around sports. Like school, y'all gonna figure that out later.
Athlete first.
We practice at 1. So when practice start, you got another light lift, or we got film first.
Lifting twice a day.
Hello. We got film first. Then we got like it's like a light lift. Like you do JByrd, different stuff, getting ready for on the court. Do that. 3-hour practice. Listen, then the guys got shooting afterwards. But the thing is, you can't be the first one to leave the gym. Like I've been in here all day, but you can't be first to like just leave.
Don't talk about you, right, y'all?
Then he don't want it bad enough. So you still in the gym waiting, and then I didn't have to do study hall like the other guys. I remember when we used to play the small teams, I'm thinking like, ooh, like, man, we ain't got no practice. We practice that day. We lift and we practice 2 hours. Like Mercer coming in, Presbyterian. Like, at Hampton, it's like, oh, this about to be a solid game. Like, we got to, no. Like, they not even thinking about them. Like, we still got practice. We still lift and practice, full practice that day before we even play them. They don't even know this third workout by the time we see them.
Did you have a social life there?
Yeah. JByrd gonna have some fun.
For sure.
So yeah, it was, the social life was like, it was interesting because like there's 2 bars. Black bar, white bar.
You said both of them?
Yeah.
I'm already knowing.
It was cool. It was cool though. It was cool. Like Tennessee is a great place. Great place. I love it. No, it's Vegas.
But even being the social like that you are, you still have to adapt a bit. Maybe turn it down a notch or know when to turn it up.
Can't post nothing.
And even in a sports setting.
Right.
Because at Peter White, SEC at that level, you got fans from all over the world.
Right.
Die-hard fans has been fans for 50-some years.
Right.
Looking at you when you out, whether you at the gas station, at the white bar, the black bar, like you can't get away from it.
No, nothing.
And that's something that we don't always see.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be very mindful of that, especially being a black athlete at that level.
Right. I think it's so interesting. It was the first time I really like caught wind. Like what people don't know as far as Tennessee, like the school, like you bigger than the Grizzlies, you bigger than the Titans. Like the Vols, like the Tennessee bleed orange, the whole state. I just remember like being out with my boy AD, Schofield or Grant, Lamonte, and oh man, your bill's been taken care of. Oh, this is this. This is this. So that's happening all the time. You're out. Someone's like, oh, can I get an autograph? Can you sign this? Can you sign this? But then on the flip side, I remember, man, we playing South Carolina at home or something. And I think I get like a breakaway layup and I score. And somebody's like, I get like DMs after the game from like anonymous people, like 10 or 12 DMs. Like, oh, Byrd, what the fuck? You fucked up the money line. This and that, this and that. Yeah.
I bet.
So obviously if they hit me up, they put like real money on the game. So it was just, I thought it was pretty funny though.
Of course you did.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where, like you said, you can't get away. Like you always got eyes on you. Always.
And that's preparation for life, and that's something that coming from HBCU, we do whatever we want.
Man, the
Let's be
Qs
real
and the
about it.
Kappas, this is the same as the basketball team.
For real though. For real. For real. And that's something that they don't teach us. They don't tell us.
Mm-mm.
Even at HBCU level. Shout out, I love y'all to death, but there's a lack of knowledge there.
Oh my goodness. I got a game today, and they be like, "No, you can't miss this test." What do you
mean?
You got missed that game. That's crazy.
Yeah. Perspectives. Perspectives. And back to coming off that injury, how did you get through that mentally? Because that injuries put you in some tough spaces.
Right. I think that the thing that kind of really probably got me through was the light on the other edge of the tunnel. When I was in the portal and I had all of these opportunities.
With the
injury. So it's like I get another chance. Early on when it first happened, because I didn't know what it really was at first, I didn't really perceive it. They talking about high ankle sprain. I'm like, all right, I didn't twist my ankle before, but it just wasn't getting better. Like nothing I was doing was getting it better. So then that's when I'm like, oh shit, like what the fuck is going on? But then once I had the ankle surgery, you never know really how you're gonna come back. And I got respect to. Have you ever had surgery?
Never.
Respect to anybody who's ever gone through
That's actually one of the reasons why I didn't decide to go pro.
What was you supposed to get surgery on?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. I made it through my entire athletic career with not a break, anything. I didn't sprain nothing. The most I did was pull my calf. I had plantar fasciitis. I'm like, I'm gonna stop right. I got all my ACLs, my MCLs, everything's intact.
Bless. I'm telling you, if you playing sports, you're gonna get hurt.
That's why I got out.
Yeah, lucky you. I'm telling you. So once I had that the other turn on, I never really had to go through that. I know a lot of athletes suffer from depression when they're going through and they don't know what's next. You just banking on all these other people. They see all the success people start banking on. It can be a lot for some people.
Very overwhelming.
Yeah, I think for me, what kind of helped was because I probably didn't have that early success early on, high school till I got to college. It ain't like I had a bunch of people. It was like, oh man, this and that. So really, just been my family there the whole time. The really ones who always thought that I had it. So that was always cool.
Did you have a plan B?
Nah.
Never
as
thought about it. As crazy as
it sounds, not being recruited, not having no offers.
I'm gonna make this work.
Yo,
I'm going to the league.
Thinking about that right now is crazy. I had no plan. I was like, I'll just figure it out as I go. But nah, no plan B. Yo, I'm hooping. I told you I'm laughing at people to get internships. And I have one offer coming out of high school, 2 offers.
Did you get an internship in grad school?
No.
Why would I do that?
I'm trying to go to the league. That's what I'm saying. You just don't have that somebody to just tell you. You just don't see it. So exactly. I'm telling y'all now, if you got a chance to do an internship, do it.
Please. Please.
Yeah.
So let's talk about after Tennessee. Pro.
After Tennessee, had an offer to go play in Cyprus. Go out there, I'm playing well, killing. Playing some of my best basketball. I'm really feeling healthy for the first time. Since I got hurt, people don't know, getting over injury takes a little while. So I'm really feeling healthy for the first time, killing. And me and the coach just aren't seeing eye to eye over there. Man. One thing led to another. He ended up playing me 1 minute, one game, 1 minute, another game. Told my agent, hey, man, I got to go. I'm out of here.
60 seconds?
Just trying to destroy my numbers.
On purpose.
Right. They end up firing him. I end up leaving, coming back to the States. So I'm here, get another call, go play in China. CBA, probably the most fun. Some of the most fun I had playing out there in China in the CBA, super fast, a lot of threes, which is my type time. So that was fun. I was only out there, but it's crazy the amount of games they had us play. And man, the money was straight. The money was good. 30 days, we played 15 games. My body was cooked.
Yo.
Talked to him again. I said, man, come on, I gotta go. So I came back. My boy JT, my teammate.
Yeah.
And Howard, the first agency I was with, he's working with them now, but I had fired them. But he was looking out and he was still sending my stuff out for me through them. So then shout out JT. So I get a call from the Suns, Phoenix Suns G League. Go out there, training camp. Guess who's there with me? Troy. So back with my dog.
For sure.
We got there. We got the same locker right beside each other. So we cooling. And we go out there, play. We played against Antetokounmpo, little brother, for the Lakers. Play. I think they ended up moving down a couple of guys. Ty Jerome. Might have been LeCue. Somebody else. Moved down. JByrd gets waived. Picked up the next week by the Wizards. I'm there for a week. They got a bye. So we there for a week balling. And COVID hits. So I'm like, what the heck? Like,
you did all of this.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been all around the world. And this is all in like 9 months. This is all within like 9 months. So I done been all over the world 9 months. I'm like, bro, what the heck? So I come back to the crib for a little bit, spend some time with my family. Nobody really knows. Like, nobody knows what's going on. The world is shut down. And it just so happened them two teams didn't go to the bubble. The two G League teams didn't go to the bubble. So now I'm like sitting at the crib. I'm like, all right.
What's going through your mind mentally?
Where them degrees at? What I major in? I'm trying to figure out what I'm majoring in. So I'm trying to figure out what I majored in. So I'm like, all right, just figuring some stuff out. Got a couple of. So I go to Atlanta. Now I'm about to just I'm about to just go on a couple of trips, visit everybody. Go to Atlanta.
Which I think is very important as a student athlete, really taking time for yourself.
Right. So that's
because
what
we never get that time.
Never get no spring break.
No Christmas break, no Thanksgiving break, no summer break, no, none of that.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm chilling now. I'm at the crib in Virginia. I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. Trying a couple different things. I fly out to Atlanta, spend some time with my mom and my sister. Staying with my sister. Shout out Carmen. Shout out my mom. Staying there. One of my really good friends, he was a walk-on at Howard, Pat. He just moved to Miami. He said, Bryd, I just moved to Miami. Like, you got to come visit. So I'm like, man, I've never been to Miami. Bro, I'm telling you, just come. Pulled up on him. Oh, fell in love. Fell in love with Miami. I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm gonna make it back out here. Go back to Atlanta. And I'm chilling. Just chilling in the bed. I get a call. And he's like, yo, what's up? It's Steve Francis. So I'm like, yo, because I got a lot of calls all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking somebody playing on my phone. And he's like, no, I just followed you on Instagram. I check my gram. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, the franchise just followed me. He's like, yo, you trying to come play on my team, TBL, for the next couple months? I'm like, shit, where's that? He said in Houston, like, it's paid, took care of everything, hotel and all this. I just got your ticket. Like, yeah, I ain't doing nothing else. Shout out to Pat the Rock who set that up. Flew out playing in Houston, TBL. And we got a monster team out there, like a bunch of good dudes. So finished that up. And it's crazy. I end up doing this program for athletes that
We make a play.
Make a play.
Make a play, yeah.
You heard of that?
Yes.
Okay. So I end up doing Make a Play.
I think it's dope what they're doing for student athletes.
Check this out.
That's not why I'm hip.
Oh, shit.
That's why I'm hip. Yeah.
So I was like the first group.
I'm hip.
So I got put on. I'm like the first group. Shout out to P. She put me on and doing the Make a Play. I'm doing the Make a Play while I'm hooping in Houston.
Back up. Please explain what Make a Play is for our student athletes, because it's a great resource that you guys need to know about.
Listen, Make a Play is a resource for underrepresented student athletes who want to get into finance, tech, consulting. And you kind of go through and it teaches you like the 5-star methods for interviews and like what you need to work on as far as once you get to the job. Just all different things. Teaching you everything, how to send an email. I didn't even know how to send a correct email for 20 years. Fast forward, I'm doing Make a Play, get the job at Deloitte.
Tough.
So look, I'm in New York.
Tough.
I'm in New York. I hate New York.
Really?
Oh my God, it was the worst. And it's still kind of like over COVID. So everything's kind of still shut down. It's cold. Not really feeling it. Change offices to Miami. Pack it up. Move everything and get to Miami.
That's a line, man.
Crazy. I told my boy I was going to come out there. A year later, I'm out there in Miami.
Now working at Deloitte.
That's what I'm saying.
It's huge.
So that was pretty cool. So I'm out there doing that, doing my thing. Yeah. Balling. So then that's just out. It's just crazy how it all works out. Then it's crazy. I ended up playing in the one-on-one thing from Steve Francis. Gave my information to Tracy McGrady. Same thing. I'm chilling in my crib and I get a DM from T-Mac. He like, yo, what's up? Bryd, such and such, you trying to come playing the 1-on-1. I'm like, where's it? He's like, Atlanta. I'm like, hey, I ain't even going to be out there. I said, what's the date? Just so happened to be Mother's Day in Atlanta.
Had to go see mom. Going anyway.
So then I end up playing in that joint. So it's been like a lot of these things. It's just like domino effect.
But that also came from you building those relationships.
Right.
And that's something as student athletes we're not necessarily told, because you got to use your status.
Got to.
While I got it.
Man, I was just talking to Cam. You know Cam Baco?
Yeah, of course.
So he's at Georgetown.
Yeah.
I was just telling him, I said, yo, you at a really big school, really nice school.
Use the hell out of it.
I be trying to tell him. He said he be saying like, I don't know who to talk to, do this, do
Talk to everybody.
That's what I be
like, especially like y'all kids. If y'all had a big school, Power 5, notable name, you knew about it before you got there. You got boosters, you got alumni that are supporting you all over the world. I'll let them just say hello. Like, it can start with that.
That's it. You just never know.
Because that leads to, I give credit to everything I have now to me building relationships while I was playing ball. I didn't even like basketball for real. I'm a MEAC champion.
You was running the whole tournament.
Putting it together.
That's what I'm saying.
Using the hell out of that, though. And nobody tells us that. Because these are resources that are only given to us because of this ball. I mean, they using us. Let's flip the switch.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's flip the switch. You still at Deloitte?
Yeah. Right now, I'm not on a project, so it's been giving me a lot of time to do like a lot of the things that I really want to do. As far as like the clothes, I got the shoot threes. Not people got it on today. I meant to bring you a shirt, but I sold out.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna mail you one. We sold out, but it's coming back out.
I was gonna say, you do a lot.
Yeah.
Every time I look up, you doing something new.
That's what I'm saying.
What else you do?
I tell people all the time. I feel like I'm just a person. If I want to go do something, I go do it.
Right then and there.
Right then and there. So I got the clothing line. It's been going good. I've had 3 drops. They've all sold out. I had a podcast.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Crazy, right? Make sure you own your stuff. Everybody out there, if you got some, make sure you own it. So I ended up parting ways with the people I was working with. I still got my co-host Tev. Shout out Big Tev. But I was working with Kicks. And the opportunity kind of came about. Andrew kind of helped me set it up. Canavos. He kind of helped me set it up. And with it, we couldn't come together like as far as like what they feel like they should get or we feel like we should get, the support, just these different aspects as far as like to make a really successful podcast. Couldn't do it, but it made sense at first because I mean across all platforms they probably had like 3 million, three something million, but it just really didn't align with what we had going on. So we parted ways. It's cool dudes, but it just didn't work out. But the ass part is when we wanted to leave, like they tried to charge us 10,000. Right? So we like, no. And so we were like, so what are y'all gonna do with the podcast anyway? They said they're just gonna shelf it. Like they're not even gonna use it. Like almost to try to just stick it to us, the fact that we didn't want to work with them. So then we end up losing, like, we lost like every episode.
Dang, you gonna revisit that?
Yeah. So we starting back up next month. You might have to be the first guest.
I'd love to. I would love to.
Yeah.
So who is JByrd outside of all of that? As a person.
JByrd.
I don't know if y'all know, but JByrd has a hell of a lot of personality. Always has.
Oh man. JByrd as a person, brother, son, father, if you playing me 1-on-1 or free on the court.
Family man.
Yeah, family man. So I love giving back to the community, love like spreading my knowledge as far as anything I've done athletically with kids. Right now I'm training a bunch of kids in Miami. Super good group. Yeah, man, I like to enjoy people. I love talking to people, love the podcast space. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about this coming up here. And tell me if you experienced this out here in Hampton where you got like an older group that kind of be hating. Do you ever see that? Oh, I ain't know if it was just me.
Nah, it sucks. It really sucks because as a woman, as a young woman,
right,
with the accolades and the things that I have, you would think that people give you praise, right?
Right.
To put you in better positions.
Right.
But they just hate on the fact that I've done more than them.
Right.
At their age level. I'm like, my thing is like, my bad for using my time wisely. And it is hard, especially being home.
Right. What about when
hard.
you go out of town?
I get a whole lot of love. I get a lot of love.
That be the thing.
And it's hard at home because it's just like, yo, like I would do anything for y'all. That's just who I am.
That's what I'm saying.
If I got something, I'm gonna put y'all on. If I got a resource, if you want to work in sports, you want me to call the league, like I'm gonna do that for you. But then it's just like, y'all really don't like me. It's like, why do you even want to come around?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it limits us because like who we are, like I want to be able to give back. I would love to come talk to my school. I would love to, but y'all make me. It's hard.
That's what I'm saying. It is weird out here. I remember when I got my jersey retired in high school. Yo, the old heads was like pissed.
So why not be happy for me?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, y'all didn't even go to Phoebus.
Where did y'all play?
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't go to college.
That's what I'm saying.
And it sucks.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how it works. How it ends up seeing this.
And that's why I just decided to create my own lane. Cause y'all gonna flock to wherever I'm at. Y'all need me. I'm the catch. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, like, I watch every episode.
I appreciate you.
I watch every episode. I'm a fan.
I appreciate your support. Big time. Big time, man. So finally, Sport Exposure is all about exposing sport experiences, journeys, the things that you wish somebody would have told you growing up. So what do you want to expose? Exposure can be good. Exposure can be bad.
Like, of course, I'm older now. So, like, you see, like, as far as, like, how to really, like, plan. I wouldn't say I just went to college and just winged it.
But you went to college
but I went to college and just winged it. Like, for real. Like, I didn't used to call on, like, really, like, my academic advisors to help me with a paper. Like, yo, I'm calling my mom and my sister. Like, yo, I've never written a 5-page paper. I don't know how to study. I don't know how to outline no source.
MLA, APA, what's that?
Yo, that's seriously. I remember I used to crack this joke with my boy Tyler because he was, like, real studious. And I used to always be like, man, what you going to study for? Like, you either know it or you don't. So he's like, yo, you seriously about to just go to sleep? I'll be like, yes. Like, I'm not finna study.
That same way. I won't lose no sleep over school.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
lose
saying.
enough over basketball. I'm not going to lose no sleep over school.
That's what I'm saying. I used to make fun of him for going to go study. Shout out Ty, though. But yeah, for a lot of people, just don't put your, like, whole being into all you are as a basketball player or all you are as an athlete. Like, you everything and more that you, whatever it is you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you never really hear somebody when they say the ball gonna stop bouncing.
They goes when you don't even hear it.
You talking to them? You ain't talking to me.
Right.
So you never really understand the fact that they say that ball is gonna stop bouncing, and it is. But like I know you always preach, like even when you're doing your old podcast days on the gram, or when you do your motivational Mondays. What was it?
Free game Fridays.
Free game Fridays. So when you're doing your free game Fridays, like, you know, I see everything. 15 hours screen time a day. So like, you're more than the basketball, whatever it is you want to do, but you definitely, if you really, really love the game, you can find a way to implement yourself into the game, into these different spaces. And it's there. If you want help, you ask.
Because even with you not playing professionally, like organized, you still very connected to the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Everything I do, I try to ingrain almost everything I do with basketball.
It's so many avenues in sports. Even down to Deloitte. You got that position off of being an athlete.
Off of playing sports.
And it's a lot of opportunities that are given to you guys that you don't even know about. Only because you're an athlete. Take advantage of that.
Right.
Please take advantage of that.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. Dropping by. Where can we catch you?
Catch me in Miami. Anytime y'all in town, just hit me up. If you want to get a ice chai latte or something.
Okay.
Coffee on me.
For sure. I'll pull it up.
All right.
But thank you so much, and catch y'all next episode.
Peace.